Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Poor Man's YGO. We're doing a dinosaur deck profile. There are certain cards in this that are not budget, but we're going to give you alternative options for that. And behind me, behind the camera, is Z. He's recording.
Hello.
I'm going to show you guys, which is clearly better than heroes, dinosaurs, obviously. Any comments? Any comments, Z?
I think we can see the 4-inch bitch.
Go fuck yourself. 5.5. Alright, let's
Starting with your boss monster.
Starting with the boss monster, the best main deck boss monster ever created in Yu-Gi-Oh! We go 3 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, or I like to call him the Big E, for any of you 40k fans out there. He's the Big E of dinosaurs. You guys should know what this card is, but if you want to know what its effect is, basically, you can special summon him from the hand by banishing 2 dinosaur monsters, and you can pop a monster hand or field to Book of Moon your entire opponent's field, except for Link monsters, obviously, which is fucking fantastic. And its great thing is it can attack all your opponent's monsters once each, and if it's in defense position, which you're gonna mainly do, send that card to the graveyard, and your opponent takes 1,000.
Fun fact, there's a spell that does the same thing as that first effect.
I know, it's called Book of Moon.
No, I was thinking...
Book of Eclipse.
Yeah.
I hate how we have to run this card, but its presence will be missed if we don't run it. The biggest brick in any deck I have ever seen, Overtex Coatlas. If you guys don't know what he is, you can special summon him by returning 5 banished dinosaurs from your hand. His main effect is, when this card is sent to the graveyard by a effect, you can search out 1 double evolution pill. That's about that for that card. We run a standard kaijus, 2 Dogoron. You guys can include up to 3 or the Gamma Seal. It's whatever you guys want. These cards are really cheap. So,
Good old Structure Deck Soul Burner.
I know, it's so good. Also, I think this can't... No, it didn't come in the Structure Deck. You run the Run Pankratops. I was bouncing this between the side and main deck. I think the main deck is it's too good not to have.
So that's set to 1. Is this your fuck you Konami moment?
Yes, this is my fuck you Konami moment because this card was so good. It needs to be put back up to 3 or 2. My personal opinion is the correct opinion. Arguably the best normal summon I have ever seen. Soul Eating Oviraptor. It is so good. So its first effect is when this card is normal or special summoned, you can search a dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand, or you can send one from your deck to the graveyard. Its secondary effect is you can target other dinosaur monster on your field, destroy it.
Doesn't even have to be on your field.
No, it doesn't have to be on my field. It has to be a dinosaur monster, which is fucking ridiculous because you're going against a mirror match. It's like, oh, I target Ultimate Conductor. I actually can't target Ultimate Conductor. It has to be a level 4 or lower. But I target a whatever the hell you have that's a dinosaur monster, pop it, I get my Monster Reborn effect. And it's really good, but you can't bring back Ultimate Conductor with this effect. It has to be level 4 or lower. Then the biggest fuck you hand trap I've seen since Aruru, Miscellaneousaurus. Basically, its first effect is discard this card, and for the rest of the main phase, all face-up dinosaur monsters you control are unaffected by card effects. So, fuck you, Plasma.
It's such a unique effect. Do you think it's so good because no one ever knows what to do once that happened?
Yeah, basically. No one, they expect it, but they don't know how to really counteract it most of the time. They're like, okay, Kaijus? Nibiru? Which we'll get into. Its secondary effect, which I use more often than, its primary effect, the sending thing, that's the cake, that's the icing on the cake. Its secondary effect is you can banish this card and any number of dinosaur monsters, special summon a dinosaur monster from your deck, but it cannot attack, and it's destroyed during the end phase, but equivalent to the numbers you banish. So you can just banish him and summon 1 level 1 dinosaur monster, which I will show you our primary target later on in the video. Overall, the best hand trap I have ever seen, except I wish it wasn't during the main phase.
Best combo you ever seen. Miscellaneousaurus banish itself, 3 giant Rex, succeed summon 2 monsters.
Yes. Speaking of giant Rex, we play the 1 giant Rex. If you guys don't know what this card does, it's a little expensive right now, but it is really necessary for our deck. If you guys can't afford it, or you can go to your locals and when everything opens up, get it as cheaply as you possibly can. I believe it's like $9 right now on TCG Player.
What set did it come out in?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's just a really good card. If you guys want to know what the effect is, whenever it's banished, it special summons itself. That is a hard once per turn. Imagine the ridiculousness we could get off with if it wasn't band-worthy. Now off to the most adorable package I have ever seen besides Witchcrafters.
Besides your own?
Witchcrafters. Fuck you. I just got that joke and it hit my mind. Go fuck yourself. Two Petit Pteranodon. It's basically Baby Ceratosaurus, but a little bit weaker, but also a little bit better in certain instances. So this effect is when this card is destroyed by a card effect by any means, okay, and sent to the graveyard, so that does matter with fucking Darkclaw. I fucking hate Darkclaw. Anyway, special summon a level 4 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck, but it cannot attack during this turn. So we would mainly use this for Pankratops summon to give us another form of interruption. And next, the best baby card, 3 Baby Ceratosaurus. It's the opposite effect. Summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. We run through this. We run a heavy baby package because we're constantly destroying our own cards. Go. Why are you making that joke? Why?
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Okay. Next we run, I consider this a baby, but whatever. It's Archosaur, or the Croc Boy. He's the newest addition to our deck. He's a level 1 light dinosaur monster. You would mainly summon him off the Miscellaneousaurus with his own effect. His effect is, when this card is summoned, you can destroy 1 dinosaur monster from your hand or field except himself, and apply one of these effects. Either search a double evolution pill or add a winged beast, sea serpent, or reptile monster. You never use those other effects, you just search the pill. And this is really expensive right now, but it is so needed. I prefer this over the Giant Rex, honestly. This is so needed, okay? But, I mean, this is probably in total $42. I got these when they were $15. Sorry, guys, but that's how it should be. But if you want alternatives to this, Kaijus, and break your board cards, because there's no real replacement for this card. It enables so much combos, it's ridiculous.
So you're the kind of kid that would wear Crocs to school.
Well, actually, yes, I did for a long time.
I admittedly was always jealous of the kids who got to wear Crocs, especially when we'd go on like beach days and stuff. It'd be like, well, don't, because they didn't have to dry off their feet before putting on shoes. They could just throw the shoes.
That's why you were jealous. That's the most ridiculous reason to be jealous.
I am a very lazy person, Jack.
Oh, now you know my name. Now, okay, Zach.
I think you mentioned it. You mentioned it in one of the previous
videos. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Okay, fine. I'm Jackie Zach. Okay, we're the X. Okay, the final monster in the card. We play 1 Lithogasm. If you guys don't know what he is, he's a true king. His effect is pop 2 monsters in hand, including 1 Earth, special summon himself. So if you have 2 babies in hand, that's the best fucking thing you could possibly do. Its final effect is, if you destroy 2 Earth monsters, you get to banish 3 differently named cards from your opponent's extra deck. That never comes up, but I like having him in here. He's just a good body. There's no excuse why you guys should not have this card. It is so incredibly cheap now. It's like maybe 30 cents.
Never gotten so much advantage from killing babies.
Yeah. Then for spells, we run 3 Lost World. This is a pretty Lost World Xyz heavy deck. Not the Synchro variant. I don't run that. A, it's too expensive, and B, I just don't like how it plays. It's just how I feel about it. But this is Lost World, one of the best field spells ever. If Konami ever limited this, the deck would be dead. The deck would be very much weakened. I'm sorry, not dead, weakened. But Lost World's effect is all other non-dinosaur monsters lose 500 attack points. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It has come up, though. Its other effect is when you special summon or normal summon a dinosaur monster, summon a dinosaur token on your opponent's side of the field. Normal monster. Next, whenever a normal monster would be destroyed by Solating Oviraptor's effect, you can destroy 1 monster from your deck instead. Dinosaur monster. You would destroy this. It gets its effect from the deck.
So did you say just when a normal monster would be destroyed, or when a dinosaur normal monster?
When a normal monster would be destroyed. So if you're going against, I don't know, normal
Phantasm Spirals, yeah, for as unlikely that is.
As unlikely as that is, it can come up. I have only seen one Phantasm Spiral deck in my entire fucking life.
I've tried playing it. It's
not good.
It's one step behind everything else.
Yeah, and if I have the one Terraforming, Konami, bring this back up to 2, please. I need you to do that for me, please.
I need a hero.
Speaking of hero, we pray the E-Call for dinosaurs, Fossil Dig. It just searches the dinosaur monster. That's
not E-Call. That's Rhoda for dinosaur.
I say E-Call is better. It's more for us. It's never mind. Internal jokes. You play 3 of this. It's just another copy of Soul Eating or whatever dinosaur you need in that moment. Then we run 2 Double Evolution Pill. People play this at 3. I don't know why they do, but they do. If you guys want to know what it is, banish 1 dinosaur, 1 non-dinosaur from your hand and or graveyard, and special summon 1 level 7 or higher dinosaur, ignoring its summon condition. So you can just special summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno for basically for free. And it's so good, and it is what's the word I'm looking for? Susceptible to Ash Blossom and all those kind of hand traps. So yeah. Next, the most expensive card in the entire deck. Oh, did I forget? Oh, I forgot to label the hand traps. Shit. Okay.
Oh, main deck hand traps?
Main deck hand traps. Yeah, I forgot to mention those.
Rose are red, violets are blue. Oh, we're not okay. You missed that.
Yeah, we'll do that after. We play 3 Dark Ruler No More. This is the most expensive card. I will replace this with really any other spell card you guys want. Monster Reborn, other little tech cards, that kind of thing.
How many cards are in this deck?
Approximately 40 cards. In the main deck and the side deck, 15 and 15 in the extra deck. And yeah, Dark Ruler No More, if you guys don't know what this is. First of all, it is a $20 card each. I got these when they were 10. Just right when they were coming out. So, not when they're coming out, when they were really cheap. If you guys don't know what it is, it negates all face-up monster effects. Basically says screw you to, what's that deck called? An Emancipator?
Adamancipator.
I'm not going to pronounce that name.
Animatia was its Japanese name.
I'm going to call it Animatia. That's way better.
Agreed.
Japan has way better names than the English.
Oh yeah, Konami America just decides more complicated the better.
That does not equate. So this basically says all face-up monsters on your opponent's field cannot activate their effects. Oh, sorry, the effects are negated, and your opponent takes no more battle damage for the rest of this turn. If you're worried about it being negated, it cannot be negated by a monster effect. It cannot be responded to by monster effects.
But Judgment.
And our 2 tech cards, 1 Upstart Goblin, because we wanted to make this a 40 card deck, and the 1 Pot of Equivalentness. This card, I have never seen in any deck profile for dinosaurs. I don't know why. It is too good. I prefer this over Pot of Extravagance. Not Extravagance. What's the one that returns 5?
Avarice.
Pot of Avarice. This we banish a lot of cards, so it's more efficient this way. This returns 3 banished cards, and you draw 1 card. If you guys don't like that, you don't have to run it. But
another good idea is Different Dimension Reincarnation. Target 3 of your banished cards and return them to the graveyard.
That's pretty good. I'll think about that. And sorry about this, but I forgot to mention the hand trap lineup. Yeah, so we run 2 Ash Blossom. It's Ash. 2 Ghost Ogre. It's Ghost Ogre. And the card that you can replace this with any other hand trap whatsoever, or kaijus, is 2 Nibiru. Roses are red, violets are blue. At the end of your main phase, activate Nibiru. This card is so busted. It's won in me so many games. It's ridiculous. He hates it above all else because he has no response to it. He has to play around it like a little bitch. And yeah, that's it for the main deck. Off to the side deck. Sorry about that little fuck up, guys. Off to the side deck. These cards are incredibly cheap, except for the final 3 cards. But they're getting reprints eventually, so within, I think, either this year or next year, so you guys don't really have to worry about that too much. So we run 3 Sphere Mode. This is about $3 each. Currently, right now, it's a really good card. If you guys don't know what it is, this costs you your normal summon, but most of the time, you don't have to super heavily reliant on your normal summon, except for Soul Eating Overraptor, but that's about it. And so what this card does is it tributes 3 monsters on the field. So that Emancipator board, or Animasia, is that right?
Animatia.
Say goodbye to that. And they get a useless sphere mode instead. Really good card.
And if you want the additional style, add basic raw into your main deck.
That's true. That is true. Next run 3 Lancia. Just say fuck you to banish decks like the Mirror Match and Grand Maju is still a thing. I am building a Grand Maju deck. It's not a budgetary version, but it is fun as shit. And I'll give you the budget replacements, like usual.
Maju, Animatia, Eldritch, Heroes. If it banishes, no.
If it banishes, it's a no deck. Is Thunder Dragons even a thing anymore?
Thunder Dragon Chaos might be a thing.
Can't be.
Apparently, it can easily make OTK numbers without exceeding Nibiru.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay. 2 Droll and Lockbird to fuck over any draw deck. Heroes.
I appreciate you giving me so much thought.
I know you do. And next off, we like Heroes. Fucking hate back row. Fuck your back row. Fuck your back row. So this is 2 and 2, so 4 back row removal cards. I would bump this up to 3, but I didn't have enough room, so I wanted 2 Cosmic Cyclone because sometimes you get in situations where you have to discard a card, and it's more punishing for you discarding that certain card than getting rid of their back row. So, and our final fuck the back row card is 3 evenly matched. I would replace this with literally any other form of back row removal, but this is just this is too good not to run. It's won me so many games, even though I think I've won like 15 games in total with this one card. But every other time when I side deck it, I rarely see it. And I never see it in an opening hand. I always see it in a fucking last turn top deck. You know how insulting that is?
Right when it doesn't even matter.
Exactly. It doesn't even matter. Fucking, yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to replace this, any back row removal, or, replace it with Kaijus. I mean, I'm a big advocate for the Kaijus because they're that fucking good.
Yes.
I know I sound like Palpatine.
More!
More. And now up to the
Search
extra
your
deck.
feelings. Wait, shit, that wasn't Sidious.
Wait, what?
Saying search your feelings, you know it to be true, but no, I think that's a Vader quote.
I think so. And then
Shit.
Stop talking. So this is a different extra deck to most dinosaur decks nowadays. This is more going back to the traditional old days, rank 4 Xyz. By the way, rank 4 Xyz monsters are better than any synchro monster ever. Like, when they made Xyz monsters, I think it was a mistake, yet a blessing in the same time, because some of these Xyz monsters are not fair at all. Dweller.
I think 4 is the most common rank out of Xyz monsters.
Yep. So we run 2 Adolka. This is basically your baby version of Lancia. No, not Lancia. What's the Link 4 that's basically
Appaloosa.
Appaloosa. So what his effect is, he requires 2 level 4 dinosaur monsters, and when your opponent activates a monster effect, detach an overlay unit, negate, destroy. This is not a hard once per turn. So
Is it a soft once per turn?
No. What do you mean soft? What's that
Well,
mean?
that means a hard once per turn means like you can only activate this effect once per turn. A card with this card's name.
Nope, it does not even say once per turn.
So it's not a once per turn. Period.
Yep. So if you have 2, you have 4 monster negates.
2 Dolka equals Appaloosa.
Yep. And Evosaur Lagia is spell / trap negate or summon negate, but you have to remove 2 overlay units for that, which it comes up.
Warlord Savage, but once.
Yeah. Arguably the best rank 4 we have. I know it's expensive, guys. I know it's expensive, and I've said that a lot during this profile. But this is such a fun card, I can't even tell you. Number 60. I forgot. I'm not gonna pronounce it. So number 60, I believe when I bought him, he was currently at $8 online. I believe his price has jumped up to $11. This is me just remembering. I don't have the actual things on my phone right now because he's using my phone. But the card is very, very fun. It requires 2 generic level 4s. Simple as that. We only use it for this one effect. Its final effect. Remove 2 overlay units or exceed materials, and target 1 monster you control, double its attack points, but skip the battle phase of your next turn. So let's just hypothetically just say we have an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno on field, and he's like, "Hey, I want a power boost to get over that little Honest Neos you have there." I think 7K will do it because it doubles its attack points, and when you have piercing damage and you have they have a token on field that fucking has 0 defense points. That's 7K to the face. That's Grand Maju damage. And its other effects we don't give a shit about. One is pot of greed.
It's reckless greed.
Yeah, reckless greed.
Draw 2, but skip your next 2 draw phases.
Yeah, basically. And the other one's Monster Reborn, but worse, because it skips your next main phase. Never use those effects. Dweller says fuck you to graveyard effects like Salaman Grande. I say that Spanish. Is that Spanish or Spanish?
That is Spanish.
The Spanish
Grande
version
means great in Spanish.
Yeah, because that's way better than Salaman Great. Salaman Grande. And Heroes. This fucks up Heroes. If you have Lancia and this on board, their turn is done. I only have this in the deck for what's coming up later.
Because it's filler time.
God fucking damn it. I was not expecting that. But yeah, it's kind of filler, but not really at the same time. So, sorry, coronavirus. Oh wait, shit, we're demonetized now.
We were monetized in the first place.
True. We won. So what its effect is, detach 2 Exceeds materials, target one attack position monster your opponent controls, attach it as an overlay unit. This gets rid of problematic monsters on board, like a Boro Sword or a Boro Load, if we manage to survive that turn, or something of that caliber. But if we can't do that, and we're running low on level 4s, we can link this out immediately into Gravity Controller and say fuck them to their rank 4 unkillable god. And by far the last rank 4. This is a fun one. I have used this very rarely, and it is so fun to do. Just to watch the fucking sorrow that come over their face. We play.
That's the only time anything comes over people's face with you.
Yeah, excavator. Wait, hold on. What?
Evil Swarm Exiton Knight.
So if you guys don't know what this is, its effect is, either during the battle phase or your opponent's main phase, if they control more cards in hand and on field more than you can detach an Exceeds material and fucking annihilate. Shit. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So it's just making me laugh. So its actual effect is, whatever to whatever battle phase or opponent's main phase, if they control more cards in hand and on field more than you, detach an Exceeds material, destroy every other card on field. I have only used this effect once, and it was against Zach, and he had a pretty sizable field, and I realized, oh wait, I put this in my extra deck? So if you guys need to get rid of a board, do that. And now for my favorite Exceeds monster ever, of all time. I'm not gonna call it by its official name. It has a true name. It is the funnest way to kill your opponent. Bitches love cannons.
Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max.
Yeah, that. I'm illiterate.
I didn't even get to, the screen's so blurry, I didn't even read it. I just kind of remembered it.
So, if you guys don't know what it is, you take 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos, Exceeds into this thing, and it's a very basic and fantastic effect. Detach 1 Exceeds material, deal 2,000 to your opponent. I have only beaten 3 people with this effect, and it is the most satisfying way to defeat your opponent ever of all time. And if you get this off, and you will realize I literally risked losing the game just by this effect. I could have killed them with Ultimate Conductor. I chose not to. I did it with this because this is a flex, and I love flexing.
Sounds like someone could easily turn the tide with either an impermanence or an effect failure.
Yeah, that has happened. And off to our link engine. There's no synchros, there's no fusions. We don't run instant fusion. Fuck that shit. That's weak. That's a weak mindset. You guys know who I'm quoting. This is Boro Sword. You guys can't afford that. You can afford Boro Load. It's common. And that's it for our rank 4s. We don't run many rank 4s. We don't need them. We run the one Nightmare Unicorn. That's for the IP Masquerena. I know this is an incredibly expensive card. The only reason why I have it is because I traded it for a Lightning Storm I opened in the pack.
It's amazing what you get when you collect for years.
Yeah. And so if you guys can't afford this, just chuck them out. You don't need them. It's just another form of interruption.
How do you think we get these cards? Buy them? No, we just happen to pull them from sets.
Pretty much, yeah, we're just lucky. Pentastag, not many people, I don't see this in any really other deck profile besides like real heavy OTK decks, but if you guys want to know what this card does, whatever card it's pointing to gets piercing damage. That's why I run it. You give it to a 7k Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I don't think they're living that turn.
You ever find it interesting how since Pentazag points up, you can technically give your opponent piercing damage if they manage to survive?
Yeah, but most people don't. Most people don't. And for our Link 1s, we run 1 Gravity Controller and 1 Link Karibo. We only run the Link Karibo because we have a Link 1 monster. I think it's the Croc Boy. Mm-hmm. And this gets rid of problematic monsters when it can only be Link summoned by using a monster from the extra deck that is not a Link monster. So any of our rank 4s, and its battle effect is whenever you declare the attack, you can bounce both monsters. Like say hypothetically, they say they have, I don't know, what's that Mech Knight card? That Mech Knight.
Which one?
The Mech Knight rank 4.
Je Mech Knight rank 4.
Link 4.
What is Link 4?
I think it's like the Mech Knight.
Oh, I only remember the Link. Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax.
Yes. So let's say this is the Avramax. Okay. You have the Avramax. It can't be targeted, and whenever you attack into it, okay. Let's see here. It'll just it's basically Moon Mirror Shield the card.
It's more akin to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
True. And then you attack with the Gravity Controller, they'll both bounce back to the extra deck. So that's your out for that, because those things do come up. And also that Link 3 Black Luster Soldier card, none of the cards in the main deck can get over that. Not even Ultimate Conductor Tyranno with 7,000 points of damage. You can deal lots of damage, can't get rid of it because it can't be destroyed by card effects or by battle.
I didn't know it couldn't be destroyed by battle.
I attempted many. Well, no, sorry, it can be destroyed by battle. It's just
if it gets its effect off to increase attack points by 1,500, it gets to 4,500 where it is unkillable.
It has been almost 3 months where I've last seen that card, so my effects on that card are hazy. And that's it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you all for watching. Fuck heroes, even though I'm building them. I have become the cancer I hate most. I don't hate them the most. I hate Mystic Mine the most. I think we all can agree. Can we all agree Mystic Mine is for weak people? Can you agree, Zach?
It's a fucking crutch.
It is a crutch, and we all know it. Anyone who makes a Mystic Mine deck, from both, I think, Zach, can I speak for both of us on this subject? Go fuck yourselves. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.